Right, so I've been having some issues with the link. Apologies, but we are here now. This won't be long today, but hopefully, um, let's get this up and running. All right, let me just give it a second because I'm having some issues with the live stream. All right, if you can see me on the live stream, please let me know. If you can't see me, also let me know because it looks like I'm having some issues. Have you got me? Can you see me or no? Because I can't even see myself, and I want to make sure everyone can see me before I start going. Patrick, you're in the chat. Can you let me know? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm getting an error, which is very weird. Let me try again. Just gonna try. Okay, you can see me and hear me. All right, that's fine. I can't see and hear myself, but it's all good. We are, as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. Then we'll get into today's training. Thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm getting an error. All right, before we get into it, let me just quickly blast out an email to everybody that is in the group to make sure that they have an opportunity to hop on, and then we'll get into it. Today will be fairly short, more of a Q&A than anything, and we'll go over a few bits and bobs. Just an update for people that are in the 0 to 5K community. There's been a big update with a couple new courses, which I'll get into. Live Q&A on YouTube. Join here. But really what I want to do today, guys, I really just want to help you guys. So anybody that's on the call, we can kind of dive into some stuff that's going to help you on an individual level. And then we'll branch it out over time. So live Q&A. Let's go. Broadcast list. All right. Let's get into it. Cool. So right now we're seeing a huge kind of lack of how to describe it. A huge lack of trust in the community. When I say community, I'm talking about online coaching, the online world. And we've had clients and some people say that they're finding it hard to make sales now, or they're finding it harder than it used to be. And that might be right, because it used to be very easy to make sales. It used to be like you could just make a post and then you'll make a sale. One of the biggest things that I've kind of identified over the last 12 months in regards to making online sales is that you need to build more trust with your audience. And the best way for me to illustrate that is, I want you to think of it like, well, we've got Instagram and we've got what else? We've got Instagram, we've got TikTok, we've got LinkedIn, we've got all these platforms, right? The best way for you to build trust is not just posting your 30-second reel. Your 30-second reel does a job, yes, I agree. But what we need to start thinking about is making some longer forms of content. So usually that's going to be in the form of a podcast. It's going to be in the form of a YouTube video. Those are the two longer forms of content that's going to get someone closer to buying from you. And I've been running this experiment on my fitness YouTube channel. I did have a fitness Instagram page, but I turned that to my business page. So I made another fitness Instagram page, which I don't even use, but I do a lot of stuff to test. I don't want to give you stuff that isn't working. And I want to show you guys a little bit about what those results have been like on YouTube. And this is me kind of just posting, just kind of being relentless with posting content. So let me see if I can get this up for you and show you what is all of this. Hold on a second. All right, so, and really the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you guys to kind of take inspiration from this, and I want you guys to realize that this is, if you focus on just doing a few of these things every week, you can really grow your pages. So my background is black. Let's fix that. All right, so you should be able to see my YouTube in the background right now. So I'll kind of go over a few things. So basically, you'll see for July, so starting July 1st, I've posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no, ignore these, 9, 10, no, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I've posted 17 videos, right? 17 long videos. And what I want to kind of explain to you here is the reason why I've done this, and the challenge that I basically put myself under was to basically post as many videos as I can on YouTube for July. And I'm trying to aim for 1 video a day. I missed 2 days so far, so I'm going to make them up at some point. But really what I want you to look at is, like, I've just started using this channel properly. Before I was posting like a lot of YouTube shorts. I've just started using this channel properly. But this one, 460 views, 330 views, 669 views, 687 views. I mean, 157 views. You can see some of them are absolutely dead. Well, no, not these. I took them down. But like this, only 80 views, only 50 views, only 53 views. Some of them were absolutely dead. Yeah, whoops. But the point I'm making here is that I didn't do anything extraordinary. I barely edited the videos. Like, we can check one out. I'll show you in a second. There was literally no editing. However, if I was still selling fitness, all of this stuff that I'm doing, I would then use it as an asset to then warm up my leads to then buy from me. That's the same thing that we do with the OHB. So we give away lots of stuff on YouTube. And then basically, by the time someone gets on the phone to buy our high ticket program, because everyone here, you're either in the free group or you're in the 0 to 5K community. Those are our low ticket products, right? Because some people, they're not in a position where they can work with us on a 1-to-1 level. That's fine. But by the time someone gets on a phone with me, they would have binged about 3 or 4 YouTube videos. Because what happens on YouTube? People binge watch. They binge watch. And when they binge watch, they're consuming your content, which means they're getting closer to buying from you. So let me draw it out as well. Let me kind of, I always like to kind of demonstrate what I mean with like a little bit of a board. So by the way, this is the roadmap for the community. This is actually done now. So direct marketing course is done and building your members area is now done. So you guys should be seeing that in there. Anyway, the point I want to make here is, let's do it like this. Whoops. Someone enters your space, yeah? So new lead, follower or follower, right? They don't know you. This person does not know you from Adams or Eve, all right? They don't know you at all, which is totally fine, right? It's completely normal. So for them to become aware of you or interested in you, we need to nurture them, right? So for them to consider you, so I'm going to call it consideration / buy-in phase. For them to consider you, right? Now they're aware of you, but we need to start thinking about how can we speed up this process right here? How do we get this to be as fast as humanly possible? There's a couple things you can do. So the quickest way is we need to get them to consume content, right? So we need to get them to consume as much content as possible, which is what we're trying to do when we're making content and doing videos and stuff. That's one way. Another way is we can get them to consume. Whoops, why did they do that? We can get them to consume, but it could just be the shorts, right? It could just be the Instagram reels and all that kind of stuff, which is a bit slower. So I'm going to make that arrow really small. Then another thing we can do is we can do, I'm even going to make this one smaller. We can do YouTube and email, and we can phone call them, and we can DM them. So now that's probably going to be the fastest way, because we're hitting them up on multiple angles, right? So when I think about doing this stuff, I think about what can get me the quickest return. How can I get someone closer to buying from me in the quickest way possible? So I'm just going to keep that red line as our main thing. So what that means is some YouTube content that nurtures specific issues. Obviously, our short form content. Then I would say email and lead magnets. Most of you that have, or anyone that's bought from me, is usually done one of these few things. And they're our best sales. They're the best people that get on the program. They're like the most enjoyable people to work with, because what happens is they educate themselves before they even think about buying from me. So the same thing, you need to do that for fitness. Because what happens when you get on the phone with people? I don't want to buy your program. It's too expensive. I don't know if it's going to work for me. I need to eliminate that before they even get on a call. The way that you eliminate that before they even get on a call is by making sure that they know your marketing message is very clear, so that by the time someone gets on a call, they would know if it's for them or not, because you've explained your program, you've spoken about the results you get, the type of people that you work with. All of that is already outlined and explained. So people are not just getting on a call for the sake of it. They're getting on a call because they've already done their due diligence, and you've provided them enough value and content before they even get on a call with you. So let me add one more. You could have a free community. So you could have like what we have. We use School as a free community. You could use like a WhatsApp group. You could use a Facebook group. I don't recommend Facebook groups anymore, but if you want, you can. You could have a school group. It's totally up to you. But a free community is probably one of the easiest ways and the best way to nurture people as well. Because if you think about it, like, what are they doing when they're in the free community? They'll be consuming more content. Maybe you've got some courses in there. You got some free workout guides in there. And this is what kind of gets someone to move slowly across the line. All right. So now you understand this, because this is basically, and all of this is basically based on the 7-11 for Google rule. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I don't know why it didn't pop up, but basically, a study done by Google basically says you need 7 touch points with the customer in 11 days on 4 different channels. And that is when they're more likely to make a purchase. So Google's done the research for us. Like, they've done it for us. So with that information, what can we do with that? Basically, that tells me that I need to basically get in touch with somebody 7 times in the first 11 days. And I'm going to do it on 4 different platforms. So that's Instagram, YouTube, podcast, email, text message, phone call. That's already 5, right? So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And I'm going to speed up that process by having all of this stuff, basically. So now what I'm going to quickly go through is how you can come up with some YouTube content ideas, and you can make loads of YouTube videos. And this does not have to be complicated. This could be as easy as 1, 2, 3. So I'll break this down for you. Essentially, think of it like this. You've got your niche, right? So you've got your audience / niche that you want to work with. Let's just say men who want to lose 10 pounds of fat and get back into the dating scene. Yeah, let's just use that as a niche, because that's just easy for me to kind of talk about. But it could be anything. Could be busy mums. Could be mums that want to get back in the dating scene. Could be single mums who want to love their body again and get back dating, right? Let's just imagine that's it. Now what we've got to do is, now that we've got this niche, we've got to start breaking down fears. What are their biggest fears? Mistakes they're currently making. So fears, mistakes. There's one more. Fears, mistakes. Oh no. So yeah, no. Let's call mistakes thought reversals. I'll explain this in a second. And then, what are they Googling at night? Question you gotta ask yourself. Okay, so now I'm gonna break this down. So what are the fears of men who want to lose 10 pounds of fat and get back to the dating scene? They're scared that they're gonna be alone. Scared they're gonna die alone. So they don't want to die alone. Nobody will ever love them. Never have kids and leave a legacy. Let's go a bit more. We've got more than this. Fears. embarrassed about their looks, so insecure. Right, let's just leave it at that, just so I don't take forever. Mistakes, right? So a mistake, or what I call a thought reversal, is like, what mistakes are they making right now that's just not that they shouldn't be doing, or is not true. So a mistake that a lot of men make when it comes to going to the gym is like just hopping on the machines, not looking after their physical appearance. So I'm gonna break that down into like hygiene, haircuts, nails, etc., etc. Not planning any workouts, just trying to remember stuff they did in the past. Let's just leave it at that for now. And then what are they Googling at night? How to get a six-pack, how to lose my dad bod, how to grow my biceps, how to get a bigger chest, how to run faster, how to lose my love handles, how to lose my face fat. All right, cool. I've literally just done all of this on Google. Now I've got a good idea of kind of what I need to, basically what I can start making some YouTube content based around. And I'm going to show you guys how to do podcast as well. But for now, I want to just go through this just so you can understand it. So now I've got this information, and I realize I might be blocking the screen a little bit. So I'll pull myself to the right here. Now I've got this information. You can now start coming up with some YouTube ideas. So now for me to kind of duplicate this, and then I'm going to just be like, all you need to do is plan your next 10 videos. So next 10 YouTube videos. I'm going to use the same kind of principles of what we just did here. So some of these fears, first fear is to die alone, right? So obviously we're making some deep content here. So I'm going to make the titles for my videos. So you will die alone if you don't do this. That's my YouTube title. Nobody will ever love them. Nobody loves men when they look like this. Obviously, these are quite dramatic titles, but there's a reason why, because that's what's going to get me a click on YouTube. They're scared they never have kids and leave a legacy. Do this. Do these 3 things to leave behind a strong legacy. I even might steal some of these ideas, actually. Embarrassed about their looks, so they don't look good. So how to become more attractive as a man. Now, mistakes that they're making. Why you should stop using gym machines. Not looking after their physical appearance. Why male hygiene is like, I'm lost on that one. We'll get back to that one. So I just want to make 10 YouTube videos, right? 10 YouTube videos. So let's think about it. Not planning any workouts. Why you need a gym workout program. Literally simple like that. How to get 6-pack. So now these ones, what they're Googling, you could actually just copy that, but here's what you got to make it a bit more interesting. So how to get a 6-pack, and then in brackets I'd put fast. 3 easiest ways to lose your dad bod for good. Is that 10 yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll add 2 more. How to grow my biceps. 6 exercises to grow your biceps in record speed. You could even make that a bit more specific. And then 1 more. How to get a bigger chest. So 3 moves that will grow your chest. All right, so you could really keep it that simple. Now all you got to do is record these videos. They do not have to be fancy. They don't have to be like anything magical. I'll show you guys what I did for YouTube, and you guys will be like, oh yeah, it doesn't have to be that fancy. I'll explain in a second. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Yo, Scav here. If you're watching, so manage my body and put myself in these. This one, literally, I just recorded myself in a corner, as you can see here in the top left hand side, and I just had videos of me me fighting and sparring and training, and they were all on my phone. Like, I made them for like reels and just recording. So obviously it doesn't fit for YouTube. So I put all three of them together. That was it. And I talked over the video. That was literally it. In one day, nearly 500 views. Yeah. Let's go on another one that performed. So this one, very specific, calling out a specific set of people. Obviously, don't talk about race if you don't feel comfortable. Obviously, I'm comfortable to talk about my own race, so I did that. This one, literally, I'm just talking to the camera. So it's nothing. I'm actually walking on my treadmill, on my office treadmill at the same time. So again, nothing special. Yeah, nothing special. I want you guys to understand that. Cool. Let's go. This one didn't do too well, so I'll leave that one alone. This one didn't do well. Let's go to this one. So I used the same format, where I was just talking to the camera. I put myself in the corner, then I put B-roll behind. So these are just videos that I had laying around on my laptop, computer, and I just put them all together and I just talked over them. 6 days, 669 views. So it's almost 100 views a day. The views have leveled off a little bit. You can see they haven't grown recently in the last 24 hours. Actually, no. Is that right? Let's just... Oh, no, show me max. So July 12th. So it's been 7 days. You can see it's just slowly crept up. So hopefully some more views will come in from that. But you can see, like, not that crazy. And anyone can do this. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you that. So let's go back to this. And now the benefit now is this, basically. If we just zoom out here. So here's the benefit. So let's just say someone books a call with you, right? Ignore some of this stuff because it's not is it? Yeah, it's not relevant, but it will make sense in a second. Yeah, it'll make sense in a second. So imagine here, basically this is like a funnel, right? If someone books a call with you, you get their name, email, phone number. Now, when they booked a call, obviously they get an email, they get a text message. This email and text message, you can actually automate it, and then you can start to put in some of these videos we just made, right? Because now you've got enough content. And if you want to be specific, you can send them a video that was specific to what you guys spoke about when you was booking the appointment. So it might be, I really don't know what to do in the gym, man. I've been really struggling with my dad bod, my belly. And then obviously that's a chat you have before they book a call. Then maybe you just send them this specific video that you made because you already know that I've solved this problem before. All right. Now this might be an 8 to 12 minute video of you talking to the camera. They consume it. What happens on YouTube? People get lost in a rabbit hole. They watch one video, then another, then they watch like 5 of your videos. By the time they get on the phone with you, it's like, oh yeah, I definitely need this service. So there's that factor, and that's really why. Can I scroll back? Yeah, there we go. That's really why that part is very, very valuable, because what happens is you end up warming someone up before they get on a call with you, and that should do most of your selling. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Now, before we wrap it up, I'm just going to show you how you can actually also do a podcast. Now, not everyone here will be ready for a podcast, or even doing YouTube. But the benefit of YouTube, I would always go for YouTube first, is that basically these videos are like assets, and they sit on the internet, so they'll be here forever and they'll grow. YouTube is the second largest search engine apart from Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. So it makes sense. But the last thing I want to show you is obviously turning this into a podcast. So I use a software called Red Circle. And then you can basically sign in. And then all you got to do is add a podcast, create new podcast. Yeah. That's literally it. You make your podcast. It's going to show you how to sort out the distribution so that it goes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. There used to be Google Podcasts, but they deleted it. So really, you only need the main few. You used to be able to publish the videos directly to YouTube, but they turn it off. I don't know why. Or they're making you pay for it now. You used to be able to do it for free. But that's it. Boom. Then in here is where you basically start posting the episodes. So you just press episodes, and then you got a new episode, press that, and you just upload your episode. So title, you put the picture, so you make a picture for it, put the description, then you upload the audio file. You have to do it as an MP3, and then boom. And you can record the podcast in any way you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything special. A lot of us overcomplicate this. The softwares that you need to do the podcast is, you could, there's a free one. If you got a Mac, you got GarageBand, which works just fine. If you got a Mac. If you don't have a Mac, what is it called? Audacity? Yeah, Audacity. So this one is free, and you can edit it, you can make it sound good, all that kind of stuff. And then you just want to export it as a MP3, and that works just fine. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. And then what I do is, after I record the podcast, I basically upload it to this website called Authonic, and this will basically edit and clean up your whole audio. Like, it'll make it sound crispy clean. Yeah, it makes it sound beautiful. And then that's basically that's how you basically start operating a podcast. And then I would say, with both YouTube and podcasts, really what you want to aim for, and I'm going to just try and put that here, is you want to try and aim for 1 to 2 videos per week. Yeah. Or let's put videos / pods per week. That's what you want to aim for. I'm not saying you can't do more. Of course you can do more, or you can't really do less than 1, or else that'd be 0, but you could do 1 or 2, right? So if you commit to that, you've got long form content, you've got podcast. I would always go YouTube first, and then when you get more money and more time, you add the podcast to the mix, and that's an additional asset. But yeah, I would always say YouTube first, and then use that as a nurturing tool, as a nurturing mechanism. All right. So I know that was a lot of info, quite easy. Some stuff you can just take down and start putting to use today if you wanted to. So before I crash out, any questions for me? Does that make sense to everybody? Is that something you can see yourself implementing? Let me check the chat, because I can't see the chat. It's been a difficult set trying to do this stuff. Usually YouTube's a bit easier, but let's see if we got this. Yeah. Before I crash out, I can't see the chat. Okay, perfect. So, what do you think of presentation style YouTube videos? Yeah, good question, bro. I'll show you what I think. So, I can't find my Google Chrome. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the presentation style is actually, I would even recommend it for fitness, talking, all that stuff. I actually did one, and it did quite well. Where did I do it? So I did one here. My daily routine, and this is wrong. Oh no, wait. Still my daily routine and stay lean all year. So I just do a presentation where I just explain things, segment 1, segment 2, and I explain like my principles and what I believe in as a coach. So it's a 14-minute video almost. It did quite well. I did another one very similar to this that did even better than that, I think. Yes, I did this one. It doesn't get as many views, but also I didn't script any of these videos. So one caveat that I want to give you guys is all of this stuff, because I'm doing 30 videos in 30 days, I haven't scripted any of them, which is obviously means I'm capping my potential, because the quality and the time I'm not putting into it, like in terms of like making sure the idea is good, editing. I'm just kind of like, I'm grifting a little bit of what I know. So that's kind of how I'm managing it. But if you go back on my channel, and we'll go from here, like you'll notice that a lot of these videos were a bit more scripted, and that's why they've got more views, 10k views, 1k views, 1k views. All right, this one didn't. Then I started changing my niche a little bit, but then I stopped and I put it on a different channel. 155 views, Then I started talking about boxing. Then I stopped because I was like, I don't want to make this a boxing channel. And then look, this for 415 views. This was scripted, so I knew what to say. I wrote it all out. 100 views. These two didn't do too well. 660 views. So when I script my videos, they always do better. 1.3k views. So when I script my videos and I put a thumbnail on it, it always does better. If I just do it randomly, it never does better. And that's presentation videos. That's for everything. So that's kind of my answer. Presentation videos work very well. Can I find the chat? Because I can't find the chat. There we go. Cool. Jack Hopkins. Is that the guy in is he like always talking about being in Thailand? Is that the one you're talking about, Patrick? He's like a young guy, always talking about being in Thailand. Any questions? I think that's the one you're talking about. All right. I believe that is it. So nah, so you don't have to script the whole thing. All right, let's do one last thing before I call it a day, yeah? Let me show you how you can make your life easier, because I don't script everything word for word. That would be absolutely mental if I did that. I don't think I would ever do that. But let me see if I can show you how I do it, basically. So I use ChatGPT to basically give me all my ideas, and I'll show you how I use it. Right, so all right, let me steal this one. This is better. I'll show you how I use ChatGPT. Right, so can everyone see? Okay, so if you look here, it's not showing you guys the whole thing. Let me edit this a little bit. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So if we look at it, I'm training you to become a YouTube video intro scripting machine. Please write to 6th to 8th grade reading level and maintain a conversational tone. I'm actually going to copy this because we're going to need to use this later. Then I've put, I'm a fitness expert in the men's health niche, aiming to help men ages 25 to 40. Please craft 12 compelling hooks. They can be in the form of a question, strong statement, story, or an interesting statistic, blah, 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 blah. I give it some information. I got this template. If you want this template, just message me. No, put it in the community. And then basically, I'm telling it to create some hooks for me and some ideas. And then you got to fill in the topic. So the topic, let's talk about low testosterone. I need you to come up with an amazing title, optimized for SEO, regarding the topic low testosterone. I'm going to put in men, obviously. Please use analogies, metaphors, and storytelling for the script. Please, please use cited research to back up each data. Break down script into a minimum of 4 steps. If I need extra steps, I will let you know. Please avoid doing boring listicle style videos. Tell a story to introduce each new point. All right. Boom. Let's see what ChatGPT brings to the table. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me scroll down. All right. So, as I was saying, Patrick, I would not be writing out this whole thing. So I will let ChatGPT do it. Then I'll flesh it out a bit more, and I basically use ChatGPT. Then I'll add more. I'll add more to it. Right. So, firstly, it's giving me my hooks. So, have you ever felt tired all the time, no matter how much you get sleep? That's a good hook. It's a question-based hook. It's curiosity-driven. Are you struggling to build muscle even though you're hitting the gym hard? That's a bit weak. But I could probably make this a bit more impactful. Do you know the surprising signs of low testosterone that most men overlook? Cool. I like that. So these are the 3 different types of hooks, yeah, and this one too. So I like to use statistics, or I like to use strong statements. I don't mind story hooks. Question hooks are okay as well, but I don't think they're as strong. Story hooks is quite good, but I don't really like it unless it's really genuine. So interesting statistical hook is one of my favorites. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over the age of 30 suffer from low testosterone? Like, wow, I did not know that. Or I would even say it like this. Did you know that 25% of men over the age of 30 suffer with low T? And you might be one of them. I'll just get into the video. So all I really need is the hook. Then input bias variations. So basically you need to kind of add some credibility to your hook. So you'll add in this little bit. So you might say something after your hook. Then you need an open loop question. So the open loop question is basically to get them to want to watch the rest of the video. So there's that. And then you get into the script. So you've done that. Now you're going to go into like each step, and then you can just kind of bullet point some ideas around this. So first thing might be, what was the title? I didn't put a title, but it's basically testosterone, right? How to improve testosterone. So step 1, understanding testosterone. Then I'll explain a little bit about what it is. This is where I'll flesh out more of my own information, but I'll add on to what they've given me. You can make this into a script, like a script. So I could say, great, can you please add more info? Could you please add a minimum of 6 bullet points of information for each step? I just need an outline of the script. Please include all cited data and where you got the research from. I always like to use data, so I just like to make sure that's outlined. So now for the script, I don't like to use like line for line. So I let them give me a story, then I ask for some bullet points. So then I can actually dive a bit deeper, and I'll just go off of the bullet points, then I'll just talk. So that's it, man. You can see it's giving me a script. I could actually use this. I might actually use this, to be honest, because this would be aligned with some of my YouTube content that I've been making. It's giving me a lot of info as well. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, man. Perfect. So that kind of covers it. But hopefully that makes sense. I can't see the chat, so I'm having to like move this around to see the chat, which is a ball ache. Cool. All right, team. That is it from me. This will be up in the members area at some point. Bear with me. We'll get it up though. If you got any questions, make sure you use the community. And yeah, like don't. I always say to people, don't suffer in silence. If your business is not where you want it to be, just ask the right questions and the right answers will be provided. And then make sure you're being proactive, because your business is your responsibility. No one else's. No one else can run your business for you except you. So yeah, my rant is over. Make sure you take action, and then we'll go from there. Have a wonderful